Also, preseason football. I think we got to declare a moratorium on going crazy with our referendums on preseason football, because I do have a dilemma here. And I talk about this in certain sports or athletes or teams where it's clickbait. And I have told you this many, many times. I don't subscribe to it. I don't want to do it. It may, not be beneficial for this show or my career. But I have to present something when I feel like it needs to be presented. And I'm watching Shedeur Sanders play, and I realize I have to pick a side, it almost feels like. You either say, hey, really, he looked great, or, hey, okay. You can't even cover it and be in the middle, kind of neutral with it, which is what I'm trying to be. I thought he played really well. And then all of a sudden I see the coverage for Dillon Gabriel and, had a fumble and then had interception. The interception wasn't his fault. And Jackson Dart with the Giants played well, but nobody's going to talk about that. So you're trying to find a middle ground with this, with what you say in the preseason. And it kind of comes with, a cautionary tale. We'll play these back in January. When the season's over for a lot of these rookies, then we'll probably come back and go, that was said. It's like freezing cold takes. We'll bring him back and, this person said this. I think Shedeur Sanders will start a game for the Browns this season. Said that when they drafted him. But I don't have an agenda here. And anybody who, believes in Shedeur Sanders shouldn't have been surprised at how he played. That was the surprising part of it. If you think he can play, then why were you surprised? I expect him to be good. He played well in college. I voted for him third on my Heisman ballot. But, this outpour of media, it was gushing. It was dripping. It's like, easy here. And, he's limited now due to an injury. I don't think he's going to be their starting quarterback. I think it's Joe Flacco. But I do think he'll get a chance. But I think we need to be fair to Dillon Gabriel as well in this situation. And if you want to throw in Kenny Pickett, it's kind of a hodgepodge of quarterbacks there. But Shedeur Sanders played well. It's one game in the preseason. It's like summer league basketball, where all of a sudden I'll come in and go, oh my gosh, this guy put up 40 for the Pistons. He doesn't even make the roster. I think Shedeur will play, but you do have to pick a side almost, because if I say something negative, well, I'm a hater. And then if I praise Shedeur Sanders, then I'm, on the bandwagon with Dion and his son. I expect him to play well, and he did play well. And you can celebrate that, but I don't know what that means. I did want to see composure. We talked to Drew Brees before vacation, and, he wants to see those guys who have a good 30 starts. That's where you really get a sense of how good a quarterback is or is going to be. Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, they had over 50 starts in their careers, playing at two different places. Now you get a good sample size. That's why we've had a lot of these quarterbacks recently, high draft picks, who maybe had one really good season in college. That's not enough for me. And I think that's where we need to have buyer beware with all of this. Shedeur Sanders played well. But I hate picking a side because I don't really have a side on it. I want to be neutral with him.